so bent. They must have not, like nothing better to do. Like, how you can get mad at somebody that's doing their own thing, sharing on the internet, but you're bothered by it. It's fucking bizarre. They say, oh yeah, like truckers act like it takes rocket science to get from point A to point B. All you guys do is shift gears. Listen up. I'm glad you think it's that easy. Exactly. So, like, here's how I put it to him. I said, all right, let's go with you're right. That all I do is shift gears and I'm an idiot and I'm a lazy piece of shit, right? It still brings in over 350 grand a year. So now you look stupid already because you're insulting someone that if he does nothing for a living and he's lazy, why is he making better money than me, right? I said, well, we go apart too, and you don't know the backside of the industry, the time that I put in and all that. It's like working 2 jobs. And then saying, and try to insult my work ethic. I said, dude, you can pick any fucking trade you want. I told him I put everything I own up on that. Bro, you're not out working me. I don't give a fuck what it is. It could be sweeping the sun off the sidewalk, digging the fucking china, fixing concrete, or better yet, the last motherfucker that tried to get me to tap out with working, I made him look dumb. Of course, that was in, back in college, I'll say that like that, but yeah, outside grounds. Dude pulled away. I carried around that metal 5-gallon can of gas, full, all day. Because you weren't gonna leave it there, otherwise you're getting there said you needed confinement. So I carried that 5-gallon gas can all day. And I'm talking from 7 to 5 o'clock. Even lunchtime, I still stood there and held it. And he's like, you can put it down. I said, fuck no, I don't need to put shit down. I'm fine. On the other hand, I was running a fucking weed whacker. I did it all day. Guess what? The second day, that CO did not fuck with me. Cummins. Hell no. Got a cat in his mug. Holy shit, the way station's closed in Florida. That's a first. Yeah, financially they suck, but reliable and power, it's the fucking way to go. Yeah, this transmission is a piece of shit though. I gotta call them one of these days. I'm waiting for Russell to finish his shop, and I'm gonna do a warranty claim on it. That thing smelled like dog shit on me too. I should just set the money aside and try to get a brand new one from Eaton and not to fuck with these refurbished ones. It's an 05. We got a 99 2WS 3406 in it though. Fresh. We only got like 40,000 on it. Great motor from Cat. That was my Christmas present, $54,000 engine. Say what? 5.6. Man, last week I was deadheading and I was getting over 10. I usually average around 7. Right now we're loaded like right at 80,000, and we do have a John Deere 544. It's 11 foot tall sticking up, so, and I got a little bit of a headwind. And I think I checked it and it's getting like 5.5. But also I'm not driving slow either. Like I can be maxed out on weight, but if it's something that's low, I'll still get 6 to 7. If I'm tall but light, same thing. That was running through like a little bit of mountains through, you know, Kentucky and Tennessee. And we're still getting 5.5, 6. She's tuned at 550. It made like 568 on the dyno and like 1,920 some foot-pounds of torque. Any smoke. The connection might cut out crossing the Apalachicola little bridge right here. And the surface always shits out. you take your truck to a shop every time it breaks, you won't make it as an owner operator. That's not bad. Last time I was at a shop, I had no choice. They charged, I think, $205 an hour. Yeah, $205. Fucking crazy. I think that's it. I mean, that was Peterbilt and Caterpillar. They're both neck and neck. Yeah, you're not kidding. Like, oh yeah, it's 7 hours. There's almost $1,500 in labor. You're like, dude. Do the trucking thing a couple more years. I mean, unless it's booming, I'll keep doing it. The goal is just get anything I got loaned, like notes on, get everything paid for, and then put up a shop and just work on the trucks. I mean, I like driving them, but I also do like working on them. But my problem is I don't like working on junk either, so that'll be tough. Even doing a Caterpillar and Peterbilt. I mean, you think you're getting 100%, even then you're not. Nice. That's more like I want to do is, custom stuff, or, stick with, like, if they want a motor swap, transmission, rears, I don't want to mess with a Freightliner Cascadia or something. That'd be lame. Piece of property, was going to build put a shop on that, but I had to replace the engine and everything in the truck, so I kind of set that back temporarily. And hell, I'll even get into doing roadside. Yeah, sometime in the fall, we're gonna paint my truck. Body's pretty good. For the next week or two, I'm shaving the roof, getting rid of the horns and lights and shit up there. Just repainted white for now on the roof. Try to figure out a cool paint job. It's too hot down here right now to try to paint it. Definitely going to take my time and even probably draw it out. Also doing different things with lighting. A lot of guys today are all doing the same shit. They put the same type of light, the same amount, in the same spot. It's like, bro, the truck parked next to you looks identical. Like, that's stupid. I think like the dual revolution lights are cool, but everybody's doing them, and I got a thing. I don't like clear lenses. I think it looks trashy. And I haven't seen anybody anything done what I'm gonna do as far as lighting with it. Like, don't get me wrong, like, they look nice, but, you know, do something different. So I'll probably try to keep, like, that classic look, you know, whatever color the light is, that's what the color, like, the lens should be. The truck's already stretched. Probably gonna do a front air ride. Everybody and their mother does, you know, the aluminum epoxy floor. And I mean, some of the workmanship, I mean, these dudes are bragging on the internet, like, look what I just got done. And it's a short video, and you can see how, like, I mean, it looks like a 6-year-old painted it. It looks fucking terrible. I'm like, oh my God, you paid for that? Now, I'm not going to get in there and comment and be like, oh, it looks like I'm not like that, but yeah, you're not kidding. I won't say any names, but, like, you know, something's finest. Oh, it's terrible, man. You just can't put gloss paint on a dash that still has, you know, the texture in it. You either got to sand that out or fill it or something. And then you do it. I don't care what you do, it's going to look like dog shit. But, like, orange peel all over, like, the instrument panel, like cluster. I mean, What the fuck? You gotta stare at that all day. Right? I got started. I was gonna order new dash panels. Mine are the factory. They got the wrapped, you know, fake wood grain on there. But whoever had the truck before me, I think they drilled some holes in it, so like it's not even like I can just take it off. When I wanted to like either polish it or I could probably fill it and just paint it, but I mean you're talking like probably not even 1/8 inch thick aluminum, and they want like $800-900 for a set of these things, unfinished. I don't know. I might start fabricating that, like seat base mounts. Even the watermelon light brackets. I mean, a little 4-inch by 7-inch piece of stainless steel, because it has the holes drilled. I mean, they're charging like $80. And if you spend the money and got like a CNC plasma cutter or a water jet, you can get small ones like reasonable. Like 25 grand, you can be making these things. I mean, I felt half-assed when I did my motor swap. I mean, don't get me wrong, my frame and all that is in, like, it all looks good. The wire thing was out. Yeah, I should have painted everything, but my truck was down. I had to get back to work, you know, fork out all that money. That's already too, like, I'm going to keep my interior kind of factory looking. I got an idea for a custom floor, but I like the black and gray interior. That's what I got. And then, you know, that brushed aluminum look. tough sometimes. Like, you got to still work and make your money, but then you also want to do shit to the truck. But also, like, when you're home, you would like to actually have some time off, you know. Most time I'm rushing home to do maintenance and all that, just to get ready for the next trip. But it saves a shit ton of money by me doing it, and also being the way I am about it. Like, I change my oil every 9,000 or 10,000 miles. That's it. Oil's such like a cheap insurance policy. Yeah. The more you do, the better off you are. Like, I tell my wife I gotta work in the truck, she's like, well, what do you gotta do? I'm like, well, I really don't. She's like, what do you mean you don't know? I'm like, it's hard to explain. I mean, first step, and like, let's say it doesn't need anything, okay, wash it, really detail it, and all it's doing is putting your eyes on everything, and you'll catch it. You'll see, if you see something wrong, I mean, that's when you're going to see it. You got to crawl underneath that motherfucker and just stare at it for a minute. And I guarantee you'll find something. You're like, holy shit, look at this. No, it's never ending. You fix 3 things, five more are fucking. You find 5 more things wrong with it. Good part is now, I mean, I know what I got for a truck. I mean, it sucks having to do all that major work to it, but I know what I got. I know who did it. All the maintenance. It's when it builds up, it's when it turns into a real shit show. When I was doing the motor, I'm like, well, hell, I might as well do the transmission. I already had a new clutch to go with it. And I did that to avoid a problem. So, plus the transit was in the truck, it's only rated for 1650 torque. And I knew this motor would probably tear in half. So I forked out the money for an 18-speed. We get the truck all together. I take it for a test drive. It was good. my buddy's house, go 5 miles on the road, the truck stop and shower, go to pull out of there, I lost all my gears. Like, what the fuck? I have it towed, we ended up ripping it back out. I did a warranty claim with it. I keep mine, I had like 15 miles on it at this point. Someone, I guess, forgot to tighten the bolts for the range selector shift fork. And at that time, like, I was tapped out financially with everything. And they're like, well, if you need a transmission right now, you're going to have to pay for it and wait for, to get reimbursed. I'm like, no. So they're like, listen, we can give you a 13-speed at no cost, and then you'll still get a refund. So that's what I did. And even when we first got this in, I'm like, well, it doesn't feel as nice as 18-speed did. And within a couple weeks, it just felt sloppy. I spent money to try to avoid a problem, and it's still now it is a problem. Whereas the one in the truck, it wasn't a problem. I mean, it is under warranty, but probably the end of the season I'll be due for tires on my tractor. From the factory, this truck had tall rubber on 24.5s. When I bought it, it's got low pro rubber on 22.5s with 355 gears. So it's not exactly a speed demon. Going back to 24.5, but with low pro rubber, or do a 336 gear. I just know as far as like pulling any kind of hills, 355s and the low pro 24.5s would be a better selection than just going with a 336. The wheel and tire route, I'm just gonna like once a month I'll just buy a couple wheels, buy a couple tires, stack that shit up in the garage. It won't be as painful. To buy 10 good brand name tires and new wheels, I mean that's probably fucking 12 grand. anytime like my truck was broke or I had downtime for whatever reason, I'd sit there and just watch old videos I took in my old Peterbilt. I'm like, fuck, man. Step deck's got them little 17.5 wheels on there, and it's a pretty warm day out. And I'm not trying to be ripping 75 miles an hour with them little wheels and tires. Yeah, I recharged it. It's a fucking, I got like an ice box in here. Better. It's like I said, I enjoy driving. It's more of a, like some people just do it for a job, or it's good money. They buy the cheapest truck they can find, which I mean is probably smart. You buy the cheapest truck, the more money stays in your pocket. But I don't know. I wouldn't be trucking if I didn't have a Peterbilt. Exactly. Like I got my heart's in this. Like if you don't walk away from your truck and turn around and go, damn, that's right. Like what are you doing out there? Pick up customers too. They see how you treat your equipment. They're like, well, my freight's in good hands then. Like for shits and giggles, last month, local business down in my area was having a car show, but on the flyer it said all makes and models welcome. And I happened to be home and I was putting all new brakes on the truck, but I couldn't just do the brakes. I'm like, well, I'm gonna paint my hubs. I did them this it's a Dodge color, that diamond black crystal pearl. I'm like, well, I can't put these dirty wheels back on here, so let me repolish the wheels. And then I just deep clean the shit out of the truck, and then I see that they're having this little show. I asked him, I'm like, can I bring, a truck? He said, yeah, anything. I'm like, I mean, like a big truck. He's like, yeah, I don't see why not. All right. I come pulling in. You should have, these people are pissed off. They're like, he's in the show? That's not fair. Like it was an event for charity. I didn't know if I was going to win. But then when, the crowds and everything showed up, everybody's surrounding the truck, and I'm like, I'm going to win this motherfucker. And sure enough, we won in first place. And like my truck is far from perfect. anywhere? Like, so you go in the snow? Yeah, it's been snow, fucking mud, whatever. Like, well, how do you keep it this nice? I'm like, just countless hours. I mean, I think I spent 3 full days cleaning it, and then I took it down there. I polished there. I mean, that's the nicest ever look. I mean, there's guys there with their 70 Chevelles and 69 Camaros and some real high dollar cars showed up. There was other trucks there, not semis, but clean old trucks. I mean, them guys were pissed off. Like, what are you mad about, bro? You're sitting here in your fucking lawn chair with a $250,000 69 Camaro, and you're mad. It was funny though. They wouldn't talk to me. I'm like, what the fuck? What'd I do? Next year, I'm going to do the truck show at 75 Chrome. Like I said earlier, I'm repainting the truck. I should have it all squared away by then. I'm going to put it in for, I'll do working combination, truck and trailer. Exactly. It's hard. Listen, it's hard to keep a bumper on these motherfuckers, and you know, fenders and shit, or mud, everything. I could put a brand new bumper on this thing, right? In a week or two, it'll be fucked up. Now, if I leave that fucked up bumper on this thing, it'll stay in that same shape for 30 years. It's just how it goes. I'm mad. I should have pulled mine off when we swapped the motor, but when we were pulling out the old one, I mean, we did a swap with a freaking backhoe, and he was a little too far extended, and it started like drooping down. And I'm like, I told him, like, you got to pull it in the boom a little bit. When we did that, one of the drain plugs on the oil pan just caught the top of the bumper and just tweaked it just enough to where you can fucking see it. But it is what it is. I'll get a nice bumper, and if I go to a show, I'll switch out bumpers and then put the other one back on. Doesn't look bad. I mean, it being stainless, when you look from the side, you can see that it's kind of pulled out the center. hard to keep an old truck nice and in working order and still make money with it. It don't matter. I probably can't go to Cat. Yeah, the rates are down from COVID. Yeah, right. It does look good. But yeah, the trucking industry with like the whole COVID thing, yeah, it was booming. But it's like America. It's like rates and kill the rates and bring. Yep. Exactly. Yeah, they're hiring all these illegals and throwing them in the truck and paying them next to nothing. That's hurting it. And from what I hear, the rates kind of went back to how they were before it spiked. But now the cost of living's so high. So yeah, the rates suck. These are the same rates when you could have went and bought a brand new truck for $120,000, and now they want $250,000 and going up. Now, a friend of mine, when he gave up trucking, he was only paying $6,800 a year. I mean, now guys are paying $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 a year. Getting the same rate. That's also why I think it's crucial you have to try to stay specialized in something, because the foreigners, I'm not going to say they can't do it. They're not. The people paying the good money to have, specialized stuff moved are not going to want them there. I mean, my most recent runs I booked, you call on it, and the guy's like, I'll just read it. He's like, you got the run, but I'll tell you everything about it. Just because you're clear English speaking, people are getting fed up with, they don't speak English, they gotta have some kind of translator. People are tired of that shit. nail on the head. They're all right. I'll say it. You know, they're trying to push out, obviously, all the owner-operators. But, I mean, it's not just trucking. I mean, it's every other industry. They're pushing out all the professionals. And they're hiring 3 people in their place, you know, for the same amount of money. Everywhere you go. I mean, look, you go to frickin', I mean, God forbid I actually need something that bad where I gotta go like AutoZone or Advanced Auto Parts. I hate talking to those people. I'm like, hey, listen, I need this right here. And they're like, what year's the vehicle? It doesn't matter. This is the part that I need. Here's the part number. I need to know the make and the model. Or you call them up something. Yeah, one time I was bringing up some things and I said something about, I said, oh, I forgot something. They're like, well, what do you need? I'll just go grab it for you. And I think it was like an air chuck for your air hose, right? I use those ends that clip onto the valve stem. If I gotta like let air out of tires on a piece of equipment, I'll just clip 4 of them on there. That way they'll air down at the same time. And this person brings over, what the fuck did he bring me? He brought a tire pressure gauge. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, if you need something from some type of, you gotta, you know, seek it through a, you know, certain industry, you better know exactly what you're looking for. You better know the person you're dealing with. You better know and understand their job. Otherwise, you're about to get fucked. That's what the big companies want. They just literally want a robot that does what they're told, doesn't really think outside the box, or, you know, they just want workers, which I get that, but in the same sense, you need professionals. Like, hold on, we can't do this because of this, and hey, while we're doing that, I recommend this also. I mean, they're wiping all that shit away. Nobody wants to pay for experience. Well, I can get it done cheaper. Well, then go get it done cheaper. Even when it comes to the freight, I'll leave that cheap shit sitting right where it's at, and I'll deadhead. Like, oh, something's better than nothing. Like, how do you figure? If you load up with some cheap, like $1.50 a mile freight, it weighs 40-some thousand pounds, it's going 1,000 miles. So it's going to take up, let's say, a day and a half, 2 days of your time. You're going to burn a lot of that in fuel. Now you have daily costs. You're offsetting that. Yeah, no. So get, shitty fuel mileage, because anything that is usually really heavy or is tall or whatever. And then the wear and tear on your equipment. It was decent money for leaving there, and they lied about what model bulldozer it was, and it was this monster freaking D6. I told them, I can still do it, but I'm going to have to get overweight permits and, over width, so either renegotiate the price. And they kept on me, 15 minutes, 20 minutes. They sent another truck out, so they strung me along just to make sure the other person showed up. Like, they ran that thing for nothing. I got the price and the permits and everything, and they ran it for the original price I was supposed to. I'm like, so they literally made $0. Oh, what's worse is, like, this broker called me 3 different times to say, hey, I'm sending you a truck on used order right now. Never got it. So when I get home, it's on my to-do list. I'm going to type up an invoice and mail it to their accounts payable, and if they don't pay it, after 90 days, I'll put in collections. And it's not going to be a little $200 truck unused charge. No, I sat there for 3 hours trying to make good on the run, still trying to figure out when to get it done. Because, my first thought was, I need to cancel this thing and just move on. But I'm like, that's bad business. So obviously we didn't pick that up, and I ended up deadheading all the way to Omaha, Nebraska from Cheyenne, Wyoming. And that's when I got over that 10 miles to the gallon. But I picked up right in Omaha, went to Nashville. I got more money for that trip than I would if I would have loaded in Wyoming going to Nashville. So now I drove empty a third of the way. And then still got more money. So like people say, deadhead, that's stupid. Tell me how that's done right there. I brought in more money and I ran more efficiently. Could be wrong though. I used to know all the old classic cars and all that. I'm probably gonna fucking laugh at myself here in a second. What the fuck is it? Yep, I'm a fucking idiot, man. It's a freaking Oldsmobile. 442. What a piece of shit. Well, hopefully make it look nice. That's the other big thing. The main thing that's killing the truck, not just like the foreigners and all that, but let's go for double trouble. The foreigners that are brokers. most brokers are taking 40 to 50% off the top. And then if they double broker it out, which they do it all the time, now the next company, they're taking their 10-15%. And by the time it gets down to the truck driver, it's like, well, after fuel and all, like, I mean, they're making more money, and there's no, like, I'm not for more government regulation, but for as much regulations as carriers have, there needs to be some kind of, like, something that kind of goes in our favor. I mean, I know they're technically by law supposed to disclose what a run pays, but the second you ask them to do so, they'll either hang up like, oh, load's covered, or they'll never work with you again. Yeah, my service is back in a little bit. I got someone messaging me about, I got my old C15 up for sale. I'm gonna see what these people got to say about it. That made more money. Alright, let's see what you work on. Roman 85. Yeah. Yeah, then back in the 90s, I mean, fuel was cheap. You know, $1 is cheap, insurance is cheap. Everything right now, it kind of goes out. But it was good talking to you, man. I might stop up here at the Chrome shop.